let's welcome in our special guest from Rosh Travels. It's Nisha.
Hey,
Hey, hi, Nisha.
hi, Happy New Year and
Happy
happy
New Year.
anniversary.
Yeah,
Thank you, thank you.
and thank you. And we're sorry to keep you waiting. I guess I'm a little off my game, which that's nothing unusual, I guess, for us. But
Oh, that's okay.
Oh,
but we're so happy to have you here. We've really enjoyed watching your videos in the past, and we've had a chance to talk to you a little bit, and it's great to have you on live tonight. And we've
Great
got
to
some
be here.
questions. Oh, can you hear us?
Yes. No, I'm
Okay.
saying it was very. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, well, of course, it's
the
our
honor
pleasure.
is ours.
There you go. That works too. And we've got some questions for you. But if anybody has any questions, watching live, put them in the chat. If you're watching in the future, put them in the comments. We'll or you go to Rosh Travels. You can put comments on the videos there too. That works too. That's also linked down below. We'll talk more about that in a couple minutes. But we want to get talking about your recent cruise on Independence of the Seas.
Yeah.
So yeah, should we get started?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
get started.
Okay, so
Are you ready, Nisha?
I'm ready.
let's do it. So first of all, when was your cruise on Independence of the Seas? Just roughly.
Yeah, it was
Correct.
November 8th through the 12th.
Okay, so
Oh,
November.
nice.
So for anybody watching in the future, we're talking about 2021, and so this is after the restart, and things were a little different. We'll get to that a little bit too. But this wasn't, as I referenced, this was not your first Royal Caribbean cruise, right?
Correct. This was my 7th cruise, Royal Caribbean
Wow.
cruise.
We've only done one.
One Royal Caribbean. Yep, that's true. It's not about us. It's not about us. But this was your first cruise on Independence of the Seas.
Correct. And my first solo cruise.
Your first solo cruise. We got to talk about that too. For anybody watching that's interested in that angle, I think that's an interesting topic too.
So, Nisha, what did you think of the ship?
Well, the last cruise I went on before the shutdown was Freedom of the Seas, so it's pretty much the same because it's in the same class. So,
Uh-huh.
but the ship was wonderful. It was great. A lot of amenities. I loved it.
Okay.
Cool. So let's start with our favorite topic, or at least I'll say my favorite topic. Let's got to start up front with the food. So let's start with the main dining room. What can you tell us about the main dining room in not just Independence of the Seas, but since you have so much experience on Royal, how would you describe that experience on Independence of the Seas and also just in general on Royal Caribbean?
I mean, for the most part, for the main dining, they're definitely very accommodating. So if you have any issues with different type of food that you need to eat, if there's particular food that you eat or cannot eat, they do have a variety of food options. So that's good in the main dining room. And I think, I guess this may be any of the cruise lines, but I only can go by what Royal does. I like the fact that you can sit at the same table if you want, even if you choose my time dining, which means you
Right.
get to go anytime you want, but you still can use this or sit at the same table. I like that.
Sure.
Mhm.
Do you have you go there for all the different meals, or is that mainly a dinner time spot?
For me, I only go for dinner mainly. I've tried a brunch before, which was actually pretty good. That was on the second ship I went on. But mainly is always dinner.
Okay. And is there any favorites that you recommend, whether it's the entree, appetizer, desserts, anything that people should look for?
Oh no, I love everything.
Nothing,
Everything's fine.
nothing in particular. That's fine.
Nothing I can
Okay.
say.
You can't go too wrong.
Not in the main dining room, correct? Nothing.
Right.
Everything's good.
And if you don't like it, I'm sure they would be happy to accommodate you, like you said.
Correct.
Finding you something you would like. So that's great.
Can you tell us about your specialty dining experience?
Oh yes. In Independence, I ate at Izumi's, which is basically their Japanese restaurant. And I always on every cruise, I always eat at Izumi's because I love Japanese food. It wasn't bad. They do the hibachi, or is it hibachi as well, where they cook in front of you. They do that as well, or teppanyaki, something like that. But I normally only eat the a la carte. I've rarely ever done the teppanyaki or the hibachi. But this time it was actually pretty. It was okay. It wasn't. I've had better Izumi's, but it wasn't bad.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you were saying hibachi or teppanyaki. I've heard it referred to as both. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
right.
it's
I didn't
just
know if it's two different ones. I think they call it hibachi there though
yeah,
on
but
the
it's
ship.
basically that's like where, in case people haven't experienced it, that's where people may have seen in movies or TV where there's a chef at the grill and you're sitting surrounded in the area where they're actually cooking and they're chopping stuff up and it's kind of a show.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, yeah.
Make
Okay.
the volcanoes.
Yeah,
Right.
The onion
Yes.
the
volcanoes and
volcano.
stuff.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
they do a lot of the same tricks with the different ones. That's the onion volcano. That's a popular one. So that leaves the Windjammer as the other a staple of a Royal Caribbean cruise. That's the buffet area.
Correct.
And you went there for like breakfast, lunchtime.
Mainly breakfast. I don't think I ate lunch. No, it's mainly breakfast.
Okay.
But yeah, I ate their breakfast every day. And like I said, what you all know as well, normally the buffet area is packed, but like
Yeah.
in these times, it's with the low capacity or half capacity is very very open, so you can sit
Yeah.
anywhere you want. And for me, I worried about that because being a solo traveler, basically I had to get my food and then go find my place to eat. So
Right.
but so it was great. Like I said in my videos, I was able to sit at the same table every day, and that's rare on
Wow.
That's amazing.
in
That's
the
awesome.
buffet.
Yeah, yeah, that's really cool. Um, yeah, that's one of the things that's kind of different with the way things are right now is the ships don't have as many people, which eventually it'll return to where it's full capacity, and it's kind of a nice thing about cruising right now that there's a little more space for everybody.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
this is the part
definitely.
as I'm loving. I wish it could stay like this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're getting spoiled. Anyone who's cruising right now is getting spoiled by that. I mean, you may have the
Definitely.
drag of having to wear a mask and do some extra steps here and there, but yeah, the lower capacity really makes it nice.
It is. No waiting in line.
Yep,
Yes.
definitely. So, yep, and Tyler's here to say hello to everybody. Hi, Tyler.
Hey,
Good to have you
Tyler.
here. Um, we've talked about food, and I know you sent over a bunch of photos. I don't know if there's any photos in particular. There's some really good looking food on here. It looks like it looks like shrimp.
Oh yeah, that's a shrimp. I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah, I had that. That was almost like an appetizer, I believe I had.
yeah,
That was like the last evening. Yes.
yep. And it looks like is that the classic
French
soup?
onion. French onion soup.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yep.
You can tell by the melted cheese.
See, and I you can tell I like food because I'm like you sent me a whole file full of photos, and I'm like, well, I gotta be sure I get a hold of
What is
these food
that?
photos.
Is that chicken? Blackened
No,
chicken?
no, it was something. I don't know. I don't
Let's
even
see.
remember actually. Look
Yeah,
almost like a lamb shank, but I don't remember.
yeah, it kind of looks like that. Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about food. Now we need to talk about drinks. So,
I'll drink to that.
oh boy. So drink package. Did you go with drink package or did you? I mean, I don't know if you're much of a drinker, but did you do the drink package or did you just kind of?
I did do the drink package, but what I should have done, I didn't buy it until I got on the ship, which is horrible because it was so much more money. So if you are going to get the drink package, definitely get it before you get on the ship because it's a lot lower. Um,
Right.
but the cool thing about the drink package, it works on the island as well. So
Oh,
Oh, that's
that was
cool.
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
On their private island, you can get the drinks are included. So that's great.
Yeah, that is cool because at most cruise lines, you go to the island and you're kind of on your own, even if you have the package.
Mm.
So that is definitely a nice perk. Yep.
And could you tell us about the Playmakers Sports Bar? Did you like it?
Yes, because I was there probably every night, I think. But yeah, I did
Wow.
like it. It was my first time because when I went on Freedom in 2019, they didn't have Playmakers, and I'm trying to remember if there was a ship before. I don't think maybe Harmony. No, I don't think there was any other ship that has Playmakers. So this is my first time being
Wow.
on seeing that. So it's really nice. It's a really nice sports bar, very roomy. As you see, is like barely no one in there. They
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
like
just
little
like
arcade games and stuff in the
yep.
back. You see there. It's really really and it's right right off the casino. So that's why you see some of the
Oh.
casino slots as well. So
Mm-hmm.
really
Oh, I
really
Mm-hmm.
see.
good location.
Yeah. And I like that they've got all the games on the big screen TVs. It's a real nice. Yeah, it's a nice feature to have that on a cruise ship.
Hmm.
I mean,
Oh
because you
yes.
got the outdoor, bars and places you can sit out when it's nice. But sometimes you like the weather's not the best, or you just feel like heading indoors. And to have a sports bar on a cruise, maybe I don't know. To me,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
It was great because I was able to watch my favorite team play on that Thursday, so that was awesome. The
Oh,
Thursday night football, so that was great.
Oh,
perfect,
there you go.
perfect. Yeah, yeah. That's one thing that surprised one of our very first cruises that we were able to watch. I think it might have even been
A
the
Super
Super Bowl
Bowl,
on the
Oh,
cruise ship. They had it on
oh,
the big screen out in the, I think it was by
the
the pool or
pool
somewhere.
area, and then
Yeah,
oh,
they
that's
had
cool.
it in the sports bar.
yeah, yeah. So that's definitely. And did you try any of the food at Playmakers? So we tried a little bit on our cruise. Mostly,
Yeah.
it's like they have
No, actually,
wings
I
and
I
stuff.
didn't. And I think with
Yeah,
Playmakers, that was extra. That was an
right,
extra
right.
cost. But no, I didn't try any food there.
Yeah. But it's a good place to hang out and watch games and have a drink or two. And yeah, it's a great place. And we found board games at the Playmakers on Mariner of the Seas. That was kind
Yeah,
of nice
so we
too.
played
They
some
had that there.
Oh,
games.
Yep,
cool.
yep. So speaking of games, let's ask. We gotta ask you about your experience at the what's it called, Casino Royale. What did you think of the casino?
Oh
Was
well,
Lady Luck favorable to you?
not really,
Well,
but
you
but
sent
it
me
was
one
fun.
photo that looked impressive.
Oh, right. That
There you
was
go.
yeah, that was actually decent. But no, it was great because, like I said, with the low capacity, it was you could get on any machine you want. Normally, it's packed. The casinos are packed, and you're
Yeah,
waiting. You know, more than likely you don't get the slots that you want when you win them. So it was really
right.
nice. Everything to be very, and they're like I said, they were wipe down the machines and everything. It was very, very clean and sanitized.
Yeah, and it didn't feel particularly crowded in there either.
Not at all.
Okay. Were they still allowing smoking in the casino on that ship? I don't know if.
They do had well at the time because I guess now they changed that just recently, right?
Hmm.
But yes, when I was there, they did have a smoking section.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rules keep changing. The rules keep changing. I know. There's some ships. I think it was on Carnival or another cruise line where they actually took the bars out of the casino to cut
Oh,
down on crowds or something.
oh well.
Yeah,
Oh,
everything keeps changing.
yep.
So okay, so that's cool. You want to ask about
Your
if you have a question?
cabin. What about your cabin? Tell us about
Oh,
it.
yes. Well, I had a casino comp, and which was a free interior room. So I was very
Mhm.
happy that I was able to do the upgrade to a balcony cabin, and it was great, spacious, great, especially for one person. It's really good.
Yeah,
It's really good. But yeah, it was very accommodating. Everything was nice. My room attendant was awesome.
yeah,
And of course, the balcony, just being able to walk out there and be out on the open seas is always nice.
Yeah.
yeah. We always, I in particular like the balconies.
What is
Um,
that? Is that an octopus?
oh,
I
I
thought it
don't
was,
think it's.
I thought it was like a
It's the
rabbit or
talent.
something.
A rabbit?
It's a rat. It's a rabbit trying to get onto the bed.
I guess.
Maybe the rabbit had the drink package too. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but yeah, I mean that's some people. Because we had Julie Bogue on from the Bogues. Guess it's been a couple weeks ago now. Has it
Hmm.
been that long? And she was saying she didn't see the point in the balcony. She just preferred
Mm,
she liked the inside and she'd rather she didn't spend much time in there.
yeah.
And I talk to people all the time who are just like they don't get why you would care to even have a balcony because you're not in the room, and it just really depends on your cruising style. And,
Yep.
and in your case, you know, getting a deal, where you're
Mm,
you're paying less than most people would pay for a balcony through an upgrade or something. If you can get a
That's
deal,
awesome.
it's a way to spoil yourself once in a while. Like do your
Yeah.
And
specialty dining once in a while or something, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
and for me, it's more of I mean, I'm a retired Navy, so
Hmm.
being out in the
Thank you
open
for your
seas is really
service.
no problem. Thank you. Being out, just being out on the water and seeing the ocean, that's always nice. And
Hmm.
interior room can be kind of almost claustrophobic sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's why I think if I ever get a chance, I'm definitely would try a balcony all the time if I
Yeah.
can. If I
It's
can
a
afford
it's
it,
a
I'm going to go for it.
It's a nice upgrade if you can get it. I mean,
Yes.
you got to factor in the cost and everything. But yeah, you mentioned your service, and yeah, that's we appreciate you. Like Joy said, we appreciate your service. You um, sailed around the time of Veterans Day or
Mhm.
during that Veterans Day. So,
Yes.
I mean, if people didn't catch it when you were saying the dates earlier, they celebrated the veterans and the veteran service and in the Grand Royal Promenade,
Hmm.
Yes,
right?
it did.
Is
Yes.
that what that is?
Hmm.
Yeah. So, um, I really appreciate. I'm sure you have a special appreciation considering your background, but I really appreciate when I see these cruise lines that actually take the time to honor our servicemen and women.
Yeah,
That's really awesome.
that's very
And
good.
that's one thing that's really what I've noticed actually from being on Royal. They do that regularly. As far as
Right.
just doing a service or a honor appreciation for military, they do that a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. That's really cool.
They have
Um,
special events sometimes too for
mhm.
the service people.
Yep. I think that's really good.
Hmm.
So, we got to say hi to MGM Family Travels. Good to have you here.
Uh-huh.
Talking with Nisha from Rosh Travels. We're talking about Independence of the Seas, where she sailed back in November, um, and traveled as a solo traveler.
Oh, I don't know
So,
how you did it.
yeah, that's well. Can you tell us a little bit about how? Because you said this is the first time you traveled solo or cruise solo, I should say. Can you tell us a little bit about how that was different? A different experience for you compared to when you traveled with someone, or how the experience is different. I'm sure people can imagine the difference between someone's there and someone's not there. But
Right, right.
yeah, what can you
Well,
tell us a little bit about that?
the biggest thing is, when you're traveling by yourself, you only have to worry about yourself.
Right,
So as far as entertainment, you have to pretty much try and entertain yourself, but it all depends on what your personality or how you act or react or
right.
with other people. Um, I was just nervous a little bit because it's my first time, but it was actually it felt normal to be
Hmm.
by myself.
Hmm.
And I know in the past, cruises, there's so many people that do travel by themselves. So it actually was nice. I mean, there's certain times where like when I was at Coco Cay, I know we're gonna talk about that
Hmm.
later. When I was
Hmm.
at the beach club and stuff, there's sometimes you're like, wow, if I was with someone and they can experience this, it's like it's so nice, so beautiful. You always want
Right.
to try and experience that with someone. Would love to experience that with someone else. But
Sure.
other than that, it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and it's cool that the cruise lines are starting to cater more towards that. And I know that typically, if you get a room, you know, as a solo cruiser, you're going to pay a little bit more because you're taking the spot that two people might have taken. But some of the ships, they're starting to set them up so there's special rooms for people that are traveling solo. So it's
Right.
not that
Like
uncommon. I
Carnival
think
and
it's becoming more.
Norwegian, I
Yep,
think.
yep. And Royal Caribbean has it on some of their ships. So it's great to see that they're accommodating different styles of cruising. You
Yeah.
know, because there might be a time when I go on a cruise without you.
Oh
It's just
man, probably a guy's cruise.
well, I'd be by
So,
myself. That's why it's solo.
well, you'd probably go on a guy's cruise.
Okay, we're getting off topic here. So, okay, so just one more question on the traveling solo, and you kind of touched on, but when you're cruising solo, for anybody watching out there that's thinking about cruising solo and maybe is going, I don't know if I want to do that. What advice would you give them as to the experience or what they should know about cruising solo? And then we'll move on to a different topic.
I would say just be optimistic.
Mhm.
What I've seen in the past, where on some YouTube channels, where they end up going solo only because like their friend opted out or something at the last minute, so they had to go solo and they were bored. But I mean, when you're going into it, all in solo, it's actually pretty cool. I mean, you get to do things that you want to do without having to worry about someone else not really wanting to do that. Like if you don't want to do anything, you just want to lay around and chill and relax, you could do that without thinking, oh, the person I'm with is bored or whatever. So I mean, I think just be optimistic about it. I think what I found is folks who have commented on my channel or on my videos, they have said that they were excited about going on a solo trip, and I was like, you're definitely going to like it. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I accidentally clicked on something. I gave a preview of some of the food that.
I saw.
I wasn't
I was
enjoying.
seeing the
I was
lobster, and
enjoying
I was
hearing
like-
what you were saying, but I accidentally I went to click on to bring us back up, and instead I clicked on a picture of surf and turf.
Yeah,
And now
that's good.
Joy's over here about ready to lose it. So let's hold off on talking about the food again for a minute.
Okay.
But no, I think that's really good advice on traveling solo. It's not something, or cruising solo. It's not. I mean, I guess I've traveled solo, but not on the water.
Yeah.
And what are you playing with that? We
No,
gotta put
don't
that
take
away.
it.
Okay,
No.
so that's off camera, so they can't see that you're playing with your water bottle over there. So I won't tell them.
Water bottle.
So let's talk a little bit more about the ship. It's a bigger ship, from what I can tell. It's one of these Royal Caribbean ships that has that big yellow ball on top of the back.
That's the
Sky Pad, I think it's called.
it's called the Sky Pad.
Yes.
And
Did you do that?
No.
Did you try it?
No, I didn't try it.
we didn't do it either. But then there was
We're not
also
alone.
mini golf.
Ooh,
Miniature
I wanted
golf?
to do that.
Yes.
Did you do that?
No, I did not.
She was in the casino winning money. What are you talking about?
I was in the
Come on.
casino.
We all have
That's
Losing
fine.
my money.
But I'm guessing the ship has an ice skating rink. I think it's called Studio B. If that's the
Yes.
same as Mariner, then you can see they do. I don't know. You can go ice skating at certain times, I believe, but they
Yeah,
also
they-
do ice skating shows, right?
Yes, they did have a show, and I hate that I missed it because I think it seemed like they only did it one time, but I did miss the ice skating show. But I really
Yeah.
would love that. I've done it. I've seen it before on the bigger ships, like the Oasis class ships. It's really
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
Do they have an ice bar since they have an ice rink?
No,
Well, it doesn't work that way. They don't
No
just
ice.
scrape ice off of the floor and
Well,
put it in drinks. What
Well,
do you
no,
think?
I thought that because they have an
Ice
ice
bar.
rink, they might have an ice bar. You know, like
Oh,
some,
okay.
so you can have your chilled drinks. Mm-mm-mm. It's getting kind of frosty over here.
It sounds like there was no ice bar, but there was ice skating rinks, and there was water slides. A lot
Yes,
of great
and-
stuff.
Yes.
Very impressive ship. And you know what? The thing is, with these cruise ships, they put so much on them these days that you get off the cruise at the end of the cruise, and you can list more things that you didn't do than you did. And it's not that you didn't do stuff; it's just
Right.
like there's more to do than you have time to do.
Not enough time.
And some things aren't for everybody.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
it's great that there's options for you.
Yep.
You know, like there was one cruise we were on. Which cruise was it we were on where there was an escape room?
Oh yeah.
And you were like, oh no, I wouldn't
Oh,
do that.
no.
I'm like, oh well, if I was cruising solo, I probably would try that.
See, right? See?
I don't
Anyway.
want to be in a room where I'm paid to. I have
You
to
know,
pay extra to get
eventually
out
they
of
got to let you out. If you can't figure it out, they're gonna let you out. And
it.
I think
I
you do
hope so.
too.
But you
Anyway,
never know.
so let's move. Let's get off the ship for a minute, and let's talk about. We got to talk about. It's not specific to Independence of the Seas, but there is an awesome. I mean, arguably, there's some great private islands out there now.
Yeah.
But arguably the best or most talked about private island out there right now is Royal Caribbean's private island. So are you going to ask about it?
Yeah. How was the perfect day at Coco Cay? What did you do there?
Oh,
I
it was
thinking
perfect.
He was going to say something.
Oh, it's so
Oh.
funny.
Oh.
It was actually perfect day at Coco Beach Club because that's the only place I was at, but I loved it. The
Yeah.
Coco Beach Club is basically like you have to pay to enter into this part. And you
Mhm.
get all the cabanas and stuff like that there as well, the
Right.
floating cabanas.
Yep.
You have access to those. So it was
Those
actually
pictures
wonderful.
Look like postcards.
Yeah,
They're
right.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
They're really gorgeous.
And is that where you got the lobster, the surf and turf that I peeked at earlier?
Yes, because they had an included lunch.
Wow.
That was all included in the fee, so that was cool. And you could pretty much eat anything you want. It was really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if
amazing.
do you have the menu? I think. You wanna
Yeah,
put
I'll
that
put
up
the
there?
menu up. And this is like
Bento
hummus. Yeah, it reminds me of a bento box, but you got
Yeah,
like
that's true.
It looks
This
like
is
ceviche
it's
or
actually it's all of their appetizers all in one. So they basically give
wow.
you a sample of all of the appetizers.
That's so
Wow, that's
cool.
brilliant.
That sounds right up your alley,
I
Joe.
love
So yeah, let me
appetizers.
put the menu up, and if people want to check out and see, you
Is that
can
upside down?
No, it's
No,
not.
are your glasses upside down?
I don't know.
Just the monitor you're looking at is backwards, so don't try to read it on there,
Oh,
Joy.
that's
But
why.
for those of you viewing at home, um, live it might be harder to do, but when you're watching this on replay, you can pause this and you can get a closer look. But it looks like you got some cool starters and some awesome entrees. I mean, I cannot believe that you're getting lobster on the beach.
Yeah,
That's just,
and it's free.
I mean, I know the lobster is usually somewhat close to the beach, but that's not when it's time to eat them. Is that weird to say that?
Oh,
A lobster
yeah.
sandwich, and they've got some. Oh, these desserts sound good too.
What are the
Caramel and
desserts?
chocolate brownie.
Yes.
I'm just gonna sit here and read the menu now. Okay, that's not what we're doing. So yeah, that looked amazing. So you felt like it, or did you feel like it was worth the
The money that
extra-
they spent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. Even though I didn't. I mean, they also have a infinity pool right
Oh,
there
wow.
as well, and like a swim up bar.
Nice.
They have. It's. I think it was really really nice, very serene, relaxing, and of course, we were the only ship. We only shipped there, which is
Wow.
awesome.
Nice.
And of course,
Wow.
at half capacity. So all the lawn chairs or all the beach chairs are all available. You didn't have to wait for anything. And
Wow.
they had towels sit out on the, which I mean, this is my first time this is my first time at Coco Beach Club or Coco Cay. I'd never been there before, or
Oh,
Coco Cay.
wow. Yeah.
So and they had the towels and the laid out on your little beach chair and everything. It was really
Mhm.
cool.
And it looks like the weather was pretty good when you were there.
Oh, it was hot. It was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. And so I don't think I've even this must have been in was this in Nassau?
That was in Nassau.
Yeah. So
It looks so big.
yeah, that's
the Odyssey of the
newest ship.
Seas.
Oh.
The newest ship or one of the newest ships. I think that's
Yeah.
the newest ship, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Next to Mariner, that's the ship we were on. Joy, the
Oh.
little one there, the one that was so huge to us when we were on it. Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in Nassau, did you do anything in Nassau?
No, I didn't. I just went out and got some souvenirs real quick, took some pictures. So that's why you see those.
Yeah.
And got some pictures of Atlantis and stuff like that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
mainly I explored. I did all the exploration of the ship that day.
Right.
That's the
a
best
good
time.
time to do that. And
Yeah.
yeah, Nassau. For anybody that doesn't know, Nassau is undergoing some really extensive construction right now. In the actual piers and the area by the straw market that we go through, they're completely redoing that, and
Yeah.
I'm hopeful
I mean,
that it's going to be a more pleasant experience and a better facility for the ships coming in because they're doing. You can tell they're spending a lot of money on what they're doing.
Yeah.
yes.
I'm not sure what the final project is supposed to look like, but yeah, they're taking advantage of this slower time to do all that. So that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely looking forward
Might
to
as
it. Yes.
well.
Yep. So I'm gonna back up here a little bit. Let's see here. I had another question I wanted to ask you. See, now you know that I wrote down the questions, right? So I was going to ask you about how this cruise compared to other Royal Caribbean cruises and other Royal Caribbean ships that you've been on. Because I think you mentioned that you were on Freedom of the Seas, I think you said.
Yes, that was my last ship before the pandemic.
Right.
And I mean the biggest changes obviously are the COVID protocols, the
Mm-hmm.
smaller capacity. Those are the largest or the main differences from my previous, no lines, all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now they did obviously they did the upgrades to the check-in process. Of course, remember the muster drill, that's all different. So because of the COVID protocol, so those have changed.
Do you like the
Right.
new mustard 2.0?
Yes, I love it. It's so great because you can just watch a video in your room and then go check out your muster location and you're done. It's really awesome.
No longer staying on the
Waiting
deck,
for everybody
waiting
to
for
Right.
come.
everybody.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So they really have taken advantage of the technology and using the app and using facial recognition, and
Yeah.
Royal Caribbean really led the way on the
Good job, Royal Caribbean.
upgrading the muster drill in a way that is just more pleasant. And I hope it's
Yeah.
like that in the future.
I
I hope it
know.
stays that way. I really do.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good thing. So, what else should people know about? What did you have to do to prepare with the way things have changed, and how was experience different as far as we talked? Did you having to wear masks? I mean, there were fewer people on board, but did they do things to keep people? I mean, kind of spread out. What can you tell us about that?
Now, while I was there, because they have it's a big thing that everyone has to be vaccinated. All the adults have to be vaccinated.
Right.
But of course, when children that was coming in, of course, they hadn't passed where all kids can be vaccinated. So the children that was on the ship, they couldn't go to all different places. So we had to wear a green band,
Oh, okay.
which meant that we were able to go to vaccinated only areas. So like my time dining was on deck 3, and that was a vaccinated only area.
Right.
Like casino vaccinated only area, which of course casino, like I said, who's going to bring their children to casino?
Right.
So there's just different areas that was vaccinated only. So that was, and also different shows were vaccinated only shows. So
good.
if you were at the time in November,
Mm-hmm.
if you were in a vaccinated only show, you didn't have to wear your mask.
Hmm.
You could take the mask off. Obviously, I think as of now that has changed because of Omicron.
Right.
So I think now
Yeah.
everybody got to wear a mask all the time. But
Mhm.
but yeah, that was a change. So that was cool. Also now the waiting, how when you disembark,
Mhm.
you have to leave our rooms and wait until your number's
Yeah.
called and all that kind of stuff. Well, now on that ship, I don't know if it's all throughout Royal, but we could wait in our room and your numbers was highlighted on the TV screen.
Nice.
So you left
That's really nice.
in.
That's brilliant.
Also, I think because it was a 4-day for me. So on day two, I got a little note. I don't know if you saw the picture. I got a little card that says, go to scan this QR code, and yeah, that's it. Scan the QR code, and that way you can do your departure questionnaire. So it was all online
Wow.
instead
That's
of
brilliant.
filling it out a sheet of paper and stuff.
Mhm.
And so I did I left on my own because it's a lot easier. And I
Mhm.
had to take an hour and a half Uber to the airport, so I left on my own. But yeah, that was it was very, very efficient.
You made it on
It was great.
time for your airplane.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
That's good.
That's good.
Definitely good.
But I didn't know, but in Port Canaveral they do have shuttles that you could take from the cruise terminal. I didn't know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
we didn't either.
Well, there's some options there. The Port Canaveral, I think people figure you're kind of on your own because it's kind of out there, but there's some options like GoPort is a good resource. But yeah, I mean, your experience, our experience, we were on Disney Dream in November, and our experience was a little different. We weren't allowed to wait in our rooms to wait to get off the ship.
Oh.
So that was a little different. And these cruise lines are doing some things a little differently. Julie Bogues from the Bogues commented on here that they didn't get bands. She was on a cruise, I think it was a month or two before that, but she was on Carnival. So different cruise lines are doing things different ways. So, it's kind of, you don't know that's why it's great to have you on here. Besides just hearing your experience, and we've wanted to have you on here to join us and tell us about your personal experiences with cruising in general, but to know kind of how it's different on these different cruise lines.
Yeah.
Because as much as we're trying to get back on all the different cruise lines, we can't be on all of them right now. So
we don't have the funds or the time.
Yep. And let's see. So Julie say, "Oh, it's Julie. You need another cruise." Yeah, that's a good way to warm up. Yep. So let's see. What else do we need to ask? I know we need to ask her about
your
something
YouTube
really
channel.
important.
Could you
Yes.
tell us about your YouTube channel? What's it all about?
Well, Rosh Travels is just
Oh,
Where'd
about.
you go?
there you go. Wait,
Oh.
wait, hold on.
Sorry.
Tell us.
Okay.
Could you tell us about Rosh Travels?
Well, obviously it's a very, 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 very small channel. Basically it's cruises, room tours, road trips whenever I get one of those going. Right now the next cruise I have is an Alaska cruise in June. So I'm very excited about that. So unfortunately, I mean I can't cruise as often as I wish I could. Like I guess there's a lot of us out here that don't have that luxury, like
Yeah,
the big
we can
cruise,
relate.
the big cruise channels. But I'm definitely looking forward to the next cruise
Yeah,
on
that's
Radiance of the Seas.
Radiance.
Oh.
So Radiance of Seas to Alaska. When is that?
In
That's going to
June.
be in
In June.
June.
Okay.
June.
So, wow,
Oh, I'm so
Alaskan cruise.
jealous.
That is a special experience. I think
Yeah.
you'll really enjoy that. We may have to have you come back to tell us about that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love to. Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I think we talked about that a little bit before, and you said you start the cruise. Where do you start that cruise?
And that's when I didn't realize it until after I booked it that I'd start in Vancouver, but it ends in Alaska, and I got to fly out of Alaska.
Oh boy.
You got to make special travel arrangements for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you going to
Thanks.
show your pictures when you go on the cruise on your YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, definitely, and also on my Instagram as well. I definitely will show those pictures.
So when
Yeah.
you come back from your cruise, you can go to your YouTube channel that we have linked below that you can go see.
That's right.
All right,
That's
thank you.
Yeah.
Be sure to check out her channel and subscribe.
Definitely subscribe and check out her other previous adventures.
That's right. That's right. So we also should ask you about your Instagram channel. You've got an Instagram channel, and we've got that link down below too. But share about the Instagram channel as well.
Yeah.
Well, the I have a little bit more on my Instagram channel. It does say love of cruising, but I also have I have some photos or pictures and videos of my time that I went to Italy this past year. But it was a work trip to Italy, and so I have some pictures of that too. So, and I had a chance to see Mount Vesuvius.
Wow.
That was kind of cool. I mean, from afar. I didn't go too close up to it, but it was.
You didn't hike up the side of it?
No, I didn't.
Come on.
I'm like her. I'd like to see it from afar.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. So there's some cool content to see on your Instagram channel. Check out her YouTube channel.
And
they're
all linked below.
They're linked below. Be sure to subscribe. And we want to thank you for being on. It's been a pleasure having you on, and we're looking forward to having you back. We're going to hope we're going to try to get you to come back after your Alaska cruise.
Yes, that would be nice.
This summer. We would love to hear about that and bring back some awesome photos. Don't forget the food. But
I'll make sure I get more pictures of the food.
Yeah, there's beautiful scenery to see there. So
tell us what you did. Show us what you did.
That's right.
We'll do.
That's right. Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being on, Nisha. Check out Rosh Travels. Everybody, she's got a great channel, and we'll be talking to you in the near future, I'm sure.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
So that was Nisha from Rosh Travels.
Yes.
I forgot to show the best photo of all. Gosh darn it.
Which one?
The best photo. Well, she has some great photos, but my favorite photo is this one right here.
Oh yeah.
Wearing the gosh darn it. Well, if you could still hear us, Nisha, the one of our very first
week.
Yeah, one of our very first the first shirt we did. A very limited edition, and she took it on her cruise with what a great way
Yeah.
to return to cruising, to have an awesome piece of cruise day fun merchandise.
That's
like
right.
like our mugs that we have, or our new water bottles that we don't even have a little graphic to show you. But you can find that
looks
at
like this.
cruisedayfun.com. Yes. So we need to talk about what's coming up, because this has been great fun, but we want to remind you one last time. Link down below. You can find Rosh Travels YouTube channel link.
Yep.
Go there, check out. There's great videos on the recent cruise and other great videos to check out. Subscribe, show some support. This is how all these channels get started. We're a relatively small channel too, but it's how all these really big channels that all of us enjoy watching, like Lolita Loca, and well, I better not start naming off all the different channels. Hey, Paro DJ, it started off with 1 subscriber, so help her out.
Help
Go
us out.
support her. We're supposed to be helping her.
Well,
So
can help
we
both of
appreciate.
us out.
Yeah. And also the Instagram is linked down below. You can also subscribe to our channel, sure. So if you haven't done that, be sure to do that now. That way you don't miss out on what's coming up. And
Hit
we've
the
got
bell button so you can be notified of anything
the notification
new.
bell. Yeah,
Yep.
that way you don't miss out. Next week, we've got to mention that we've got a special interview coming up all the way from Australia.
Yay!
Our
Down
special
under.
guest, a young man named Josh from the YouTube channel Josh Rocks, is
Yep.
going to be talking to us about a cruise that's far longer than any cruise we've ever been on.
Yeah, how far?
I think
how
it was.
long was it?
I think he said it was 18 days.
Holy cow!
A cruise on the Carnival Legend from Hawaii to Australia.
Man, I don't think I had that much time off.
I think we'd have to use up almost all my time off for the whole year just to do that cruise.
I know.
But won't it be fun to hear about that from him?
Yeah, definitely.
So that'll be a lot of fun. Anything else we need to share that we haven't shared yet? We're
We're
still
still unpacking.
Yes, we're going to work on the wall behind us. It's hopefully it'll look less like we're in an interrogation room in the future. We're trying to get
in our storage locker.
Well, this one have boxes behind us this time, but we're going to try to get the shelves up and put up some of our fun cruise stuff on the background, like all these the cruise channels seem to do. We got our mysterious lantern behind me here, but yeah, the wall's pretty blank. So thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you coming in. And we'll be back next week, Monday at 8:00. In the future, our time may be changing, our day may be changing, so be sure to follow us. Join our Facebook group, link down below, so you know when our shows are coming up. And I think that's about it.
Yep, I think so.
Okay, you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye. Thanks for watching.